just hi everybody. I guess if they can, Dandelion, if you could do an announcement too, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Yep, I started the event, so I'll do the announcement now.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Stoggers, who were you conversation with? Was it a moderator? So did you need someone to take over?
I think it was a mod. Was it Dandelion I was talking to there? I think.
Yeah, someone will have to take over silver or gold. So if you ask your question, you can just put it out to the floor, and someone can answer it for you. And if nobody does, I'll answer it.
Well, they were. I was mainly just kind of. Well, I was basically talking about the satellite images, proof, how that's proof of the globe Earth. But I was wanting you to maybe analyze one that I could find.
Okay, a photograph of a satellite or a photograph from a satellite? Is that
from
what you're showing?
of the Earth from a satellite.
Okay. Do you think pictures prove anything to start with?
I think they could potentially, yes.
Right, but how would you verify an image? Like if I showed you an image of Bigfoot, right? How can you verify that photo is real or not?
It's an excellent question.
Right, there's no way to scientifically verify an image, so they can't be considered a standard
there is a lot of ways that you can verify a photograph. You can go out and do the same experiment or the same research with another camera, and you can verify it that way. Or maybe not specifically, but I'm saying you could verify a lot of what's on that video just by
exactly. It's true. If somebody shows you a picture of a house on a beach, right? You can go to the beach, you can go see the houses there and verify the picture's real. If someone shows you a picture from space, you can't go to space to verify it's real. That's the point. It's unverifiable, so it can't be submitted as evidence.
Right. Just kind of like if I gave you a sealed box and I put something inside of it, and then I asked you to decide what was in the box, scientifically prove what was in the box without opening it, you couldn't ever do it. Because until you open the box and you verify what's inside the box and measure it and touch it and smell it and look at it, you can't really be sure.
You kind of cut out there. I'm not sure if you were finished.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was done. I was just bringing up the whole idea is that, a lot of times we look at things in different ways, right? We look at it from this perspective and that perspective, and we feel like, oh, well, that's definitely the perspective I want to go with. But until you hear other people's ideas, then you realize, well, wait a minute, there is another perspective. I never considered that,
Yeah. So do you have the image for us, Stoggers? And I think if you don't have the role, you can...
Sorry, it's not letting me put it in the chat.
Yeah, you'll have to probably DM me or somebody else. You can just DM me the image and I'll post it for you.
If you DM somebody that's silver or up, then you can get them to play it. They'll at least check it out and put it up if it's relevant.
Is it Nathan that I was talking to there?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. That should do it.
Okay, and what is this? Your photograph from a satellite, right?
Yeah, that was one of the top ones on Google Images.
Hey guys, this is the top Google image from a satellite.
Well,
very impressive. Very impressive. Totally never seen that before.
Is that a joke?
Oh, did you post it yet or no? Because I was looking.
Yeah, I just posted it, right? I mean, it's a cool cartoon.
Yeah, that should be it. Is that not?
Are you trolling us? You think that's real?
Wait a minute. So this cartoon thing with green and blue on it is
at least
evidence?
Google says it's real, but I guess maybe
okay, but regardless, do you think that? Even if Google tells you, do you think that's real? Do you look at that and be like, yeah, that's the Earth?
Yeah, I mean, it looks fairly legitimate. Yeah.
Do you think that's okay? Okay, all right. Well, that looks like a cartoon to me. That looks like a drawing. Does that not look like a drawing to you?
I mean, now that I look a little bit closely, it kind of, yeah, you're right, actually.
Why are you trolling, Ben?
Like it's not. You're not even trolling well, though. Like I don't. Okay, so
2 out of 10 on
oh my god,
not good, man.
Wait, that's crazy.
What is crazy?
It is fake.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I think this is going to be one of those.
I'm sensing some trolls.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite troll so far, actually, in quite a while. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't laughed yet, so he's holding it together well. Well, maybe he laughed before.
Acting is not necessarily positive proof that he's legit.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a very good actor, though.
So, like, whatever evidence would you want to present for the Globe?
I mean, that was kind of the only compelling satellite image I could find, but I guess if you guys think it's fake, then I don't really have anything else. I mean,
so that's the only image from a satellite that you have to offer us? Do you think that's the only one that,
well, I guess the Earth must be flat then.
Well, if that's all it takes for you, welcome to Flat Earth, Stogers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else, or shall we go on to the next one?
No, carry on. It's good to be here.
Hey, Stoggers, aren't you the one that asked me to debate you some time back?
Oh, no way. Hello? Is this Flat Earth Day Saints?
Just trying to flatten the curve.
Now he's a flat earther.
It's so nice to meet. I'm a massive fan.
I know you are. You made a video about me.
God. Yeah. Yeah, back in the good old days. Yeah, me and Flat Earth go way back.
Walking down the street.
It was a pretty funny video. I liked it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you go by another name, Stogers? Dandelion's asking. That's a good question. Do you have another username you go by?
No, this is it.
Okay. I'm just checking to see if there's anybody else. Oh, there's Irish Leonard. Oh,
Stogers,
sorry.
how are you going to debate me if all you can bring is a picture of a satellite to this Discord right now?
I mean,
Come on, bring something better than that, Stoggers.
Compelling evidence, though.
Bring something better than that, Stoggers. Come on.
I mean, that's the best I've got.
Yeah. Well, I'm convinced it's a globe. You got me.
Yeah, you've heard it here first, folks.
Oh, man.
Can you say that again so we can clip that out? That's the best evidence you have for the globe.
Yeah, sorry, that is the best evidence I have for the globe.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Well,
how do I see it? How do I see
Karen?
How do I see this evidence? Where is it?
Oh, crap.
Just scroll up.
Metal take over.
The globe rests its case. Where it's settled now.
Yeah, I mean, the argument's over. You guys win.
All
right, well, welcome to Flat Earth.
It's like, right? It's. I mean, that's fine if you want to debate, but I mean, is that?
No, I mean, originally I want to debate Flat Earth Day Saints, but honestly, I have nothing. I have nothing left to say.
I'll debate you, bro. I'll debate you.
All right.
Not right here, obviously, but I go on your channel and debate you.
I'm down.
All right.
All right, so that's all it took for you, Stogers? So now you're convinced you know for sure that it's flat, it's not a globe, or are you still struggling with anything?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'd still be down for a friendly debate with Flatter, though, at some point, though, definitely.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys can definitely set something up. Send him a DM.
Cool.
We have Ben is here. He's VC verified. It looks like he did the 3 points at some point.
I think he's been here before. He sounds familiar.
Hey, Stoggers, put the video you made of me in the link.
In the link?
Oh, he's gonna have to DM it to one of us. Well, I guess he could. Can he post links? I don't think he can.
Well,
No,
if he
you
can
can
send it to one of us and we'll post it. I wouldn't mind saying that.
Yeah, you can either just DM Nathan the link again, and he can post it.
Yeah, but I just like to say right now, these opinions, they don't still stand anymore, obviously.
Oh, that's
they're
great.
all
Thank you for
effectively null and void.
We will keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Well, hey, that makes me happy to hear that, bro.
I'm glad. Oh, yeah, wait, I'll send the link. That should be it there.
All right. Okay, what about Irish Leonard? Is Irish Leonard around? You are on the fence. Oh, we have some guy who just joined the VC. If you want to go to the VC check-in, somebody can check you in. You can get the rules so you can speak in here.
I was hoping some guy would show up. Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
Doing good. Thought I'd throw in a sleepy joke. Continue.
All right, Nathan, are you still there?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want to start asking people the question or just ask the question? It's an interesting one today. It might get people thinking. I don't know if I could answer it right off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'll just put it out there for everyone to hear then. So the question is, if you could increase any characteristic about yourself, but you had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose? Probably best to people think about it before they answer.
I can answer that real quick.
Perfect.
I'll decrease my weight and increase my height.
Oh,
nice! I love it.
That's a good one.
Only one is possible, though.
Right.
I would have to say mine would be to flatten the curve.
I'll answer it real quick. I would increase my awareness of actual reality and decrease my awareness of the rampant stupidity going on around me.
Right, these are really good answers. Like, nice, short and sweet, straight to the point.
I know. I know we're going to get through everybody pretty quick, though. Anybody else want to answer before we start calling on people, going down the list? Oh, Bree didn't hear the
Yeah, I saw her. So, Bree, the question is...
I missed it too, sorry.
Okay, I'll just repeat it again so it's clarified. Okay, so the question is, if you could increase any characteristic about yourself, but had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose? So if you want to answer, Bree, feel free, and Rookie as well.
So you said if I wanted to increase
a characteristic about myself. Then I didn't hear that last part.
So you had to decrease another in the same amount. So it's like a trade-off.
I'd have to think about that because I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sad. Take the grow in height, lose weight. That's a real cool trade-off. Was that you, Elbow, that said that?
I think I wanted to increase my limited patience I have with people, I guess, and decrease my weight. That's what I would say.
Nice. Patience is definitely key. It's something that I'm always working on. And this survey really helps you, improve as an individual. So, good place
That's
to
why
be.
I do people, it's because I don't. I have a short fuse sometimes.
I think we all have a short fuse, but you can make it longer with practice.
What about DCO? Are you there, DCO?
Yes, but I don't know if my mic is working. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep, you sound good.
Awesome. So the thing that I would increase and the thing that I would decrease of myself, I think I would decrease my broad spectrum of things I want to try and do more focusing on one thing and doing that and just focusing on one thing. I guess that's the thing, because sometimes I try a lot of things and I know that they work and they could all kind of function. And if I just focus on one, I think I could do a lot better job. And that's kind of what I'm doing this year. So I guess that's what I would do.
Good evening, family.
Yeah, we get. Yeah. That's I think that's almost like multitasking, right? I think we, in a way, right, we always are trying to do too many things and we should be just focusing on like one thing. I struggle with that. But yeah, that's a good answer, DCU.
Thank you. I want to hear your side. I want to hear you answer it. What's going on?
Don't ever ask me the question anymore. I don't know. When Nathan said the question, I was like, "Ooh, that's like a really good one." I'm not 100% sure. I've been thinking about it. I will definitely let you know what my answer is.
So what's the question?
So the question is, how are you today, Gabigat? I know you asked me, but I was sorry.
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope everyone else does the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing all right. So our question today is, if you could increase any characteristic about yourself, but had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose?
Oh, this is easy. I mean, when I start learning ping pong, this is actually a game of anticipation, predicting the future. So I would increase that ability and I will decrease like this ability to go dumb.
To go dumb, did you say?
Yeah, so I don't go there.
Personally, I would turn up my devotion of the Lord and throw away my delusion.
Wait, hang on, Rush. Just sorry, Get was telling us his answer. If you just want to hang on, we'll get to you in just a second because I would like to hear your answer and we can talk about that. Just a sec. Oh, he
Sure.
left. What? Sorry, Gabby. What were you saying?
Yeah, this is my simple answer. Future telling and, you know, inability to become stupid, like to lose knowledge.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah. The more we age, our mind uh, decays somehow.
See, okay, this is where I don't know if I necessarily agree with this, and this is going to be like a whole other conversation, because I'm really interested in the placebo effect, the power of your mind, things that, and there's interesting studies that have been done that show that you can actually like reverse like physiologically, mentally, right? Deterioration. There has been studies that have been done to do this. So I don't know if that's just like a hex that we are just something that we're told, like, yes, we age, yes, your mind deteriorates over time. So is this just something that we all just like know and believe? I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. I've seen also this kind of studies, research, but they forget to mention that there are certain kinds of people who actually they give their best following those therapies or methods, and they don't show any positive progress, result. And that's not because they don't have a positive thinking mindset, but because metabolically or biologically they are affected, and there can be irreversible things like chronic stuff, health issues which are not treated in time, they go chronic. And then beyond that, where there is no more any kind of treatment, you can do whatever you like, any sort of therapy, you're not going to get fixed back again. So, yeah.
No, sometimes some things on some level I disagree with you, because I think that there is a lot of things that can be healed, right? And it goes back down to your mindset. What are you putting in your body? What is in your environment around you? All of these types of things which have an effect on you. So depending on what specific thing you're talking about, and right, you always have to take age into a factor, right? How long have you been on this earth? So there is many levels to it. But then I don't know. Then again, is the aging thing just part of our
Well,
hex?
this sounds like you will need to know, what is good quality, good for life, and what is not, what is poisoning.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And there is a lot of stuff about it out there.
Oh, yes, there definitely is. That's for sure.
Especially when we talk about bad weeds.
Talk about what? Bad what?
Bad weeds.
Bad weeds, did you say?
Yeah.
Oh.
That is no bad thing.
Well, when you asked the question, I thought of like a New Year's resolution kind of question, right? Like, what do you want to not do as much, and what do you want to do more? That's kind of my take, what I got from it, which I thought was really good, because I didn't really think about doing like a New Year's resolution, and now I'm like, okay, I gotta, not do it during that time, but kind of establish kind of my own. And I think this was a good question for me, in my opinion. So.
I think
Glad
I
I helped
thought of
you
an
out.
answer, DC. Oh, sorry, Nathan.
No, I just wanted to say I'm glad the question helped them out and gets people's minds thinking, because that's the primary purpose for me of coming up with a question that's gonna, directly affect people in a positive manner. So that's nice to hear.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So tell us.
Okay, so I think I would like to increase my artistic abilities. I'm not super artistic, and then I would like to, well, as a female, I'd like to decrease, my emotional reaction to things that sometimes happens.
When you say artistic, what do you mean by artistic?
Like
painting or like?
Yeah, just like being able to draw that it doesn't look like a stick man and to play music by ear because I'm very I read piano music. That's how I play and stuff like that. So it'd be nice to have that artistic capability.
I knew you liked piano. I didn't know you played it. That's impressive.
Oh, yeah, I've been playing since I think we started taking piano lessons when I was like 6 or 7. I started, so it's been a few years for sure.
Well, I think anticipation would be helpful for a piano player to know which key to press, at the right moment.
Yeah, and I'm a very memorization person, so I guess that's why I'll memorize a song and then I remember how to just kind of play it that way, but I'm not good to just kind of play by ear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely makes a good point. I'll read treasure. She says to me, treasure your emotions. Many people are limited in this area, which is why they sometimes attack them when displayed in others. Which, yeah, you're very, very correct. And I think that sometimes, I've been working on that. There's a whole shadow thing too, right? Where we should embrace all of our emotions because they're good. It's just turn the volume down. That's the way I kind of look at it. It's that's great. They're there. I can recognize it. It just doesn't need to be so loud sometimes.
Well, I think that's what they also do in school to children. They tell them, "Oh, come on, don't be a little girl. You cry like a girl. Don't cry."
Yeah, that's you know what, and we're basically told, right, to shove your emotions down, and that's not healthy at all. We're allowed to have emotions. We're humans, and I've said this before in PMT. We're feeling beings first, and then the communication happens.
Yes.
So yeah, and I'm just saying, crying is awesome for girls.
Suppressing our feelings, and then they can tell us, "Oh, that horizon you see is not straight; it's curved." You don't feel motion. You don't feel anything. They can mess up with you however they like after that.
Yeah, and I think that that's an important part of it is not attaching beliefs to you as a human. That doesn't make you. Your beliefs don't make you a person, right? So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, the problem with belief is that it's very tricky for a unlearned or untrained mind. It can very easily lead that person astray, But for someone who's literate, he will not find it easy to believe everything he hears.
Yeah, we're pretty complex. I think, well, I've been studying lots of things lately, but it is interesting just how we, as humans, we can tolerate so much. And I don't know, we're cool. We're a cool creation, really. Oh, Cyberblitz, no, you are more than welcome to join. Did you have something you wanted to add to the conversation? He was just asking if precious metals for silver and gold. Yeah, it's just usually moderators and admins that we ask to keep their mics muted. But yeah, you're more than welcome to join in on the conversation if you'd like. All right. Is there anybody else that has an answer to the question?
I'll answer the question.
Oh, hey, Napalm. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Very well. Thank you.
Good.
What's your answer?
Yeah. So my answer to the question is my increase and decrease same scale or the same sliding scale within myself. I would say I would like to slightly decrease my desire or my want to gain more knowledge of things and increase my ability or my desire to impart the knowledge that I have into the real world through actions and through change that I can see in my environment.
That's a really good answer.
What was the question? Sorry, I missed the question. Jin CBBR1 here.
No problem.
Just joining in.
Hey, Jin, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How you guys doing? Sounds like you're giving yourself some good therapy here.
Yeah. Well, it's precious metal takeover. So that's when the golds and silvers and blue take over the live streams, and the moderators and admins have to mute. And we always have a question to keep the conversation going. So our question is, if you could increase any characteristic about yourself, but had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose? And then we'll just let Napalm, if he wanted to wrap up anything that he was saying. And then you can answer if you'd like, Jin.
No, I think I was pretty much done. I just find that I have this very strong desire to acquire more knowledge, understanding, but I don't seem to have on the opposite side of that as much of a desire or an ambition or ability to impart the things that I have learned into the real world, into actions that are, seeing the fruits of the labor that I impart in trying to gain knowledge, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks for answering, Napalm. Jin, did you wanna answer?
Well, I mean, I can give you a short answer. As I was growing up from my childhood days, always trying to search for excellence. Now, excellence for me meant that whatever I got, I had to make it last because my family weren't rich, yeah? So we had to make things last. It took a long time to get it. So in doing that, in a roundabout way, I wasn't wasting things, making things last, and I'm hoping that to continue in me. Okay. And as for impacting people with knowledge, the knowledge that I've acquired, I soon download to people when the time is right. I've always been that person to try and communicate with people and try and help us be together. I learned about slavery as a child, and that frightened me because I couldn't understand why the human race would do that to a race of people. You understand? So that kind of like frightened me and pushed me towards wanting people to be together. And I'm going to carry on with that. Becoming a flat earther has just made that more possible. That's it. I don't see that I need to change anything in my life because I've always tried to balance things. I'm happy with what's going on in my life to a point. That's within my family and friends. Outside of that, yeah, there's lots that needs to be done. I mean, we're in trouble. Humanity is in trouble, and I will continue to try and awaken humanity every chance I get. Every chance I get. Body language, my actions, the way I speak, I'm using every facet that I can bring to bear to that aim. So that's my answer. I'm happy with myself as it is. So, I don't see that I need to decrease or increase anything. Just keep the balance going. It's helped me a lot. I yield the rest of my time to the right honourable people here in the server. Thank you.
I don't believe in human races either. I believe only in mankind. even if that will put me under the sword of those kind of people who actually enforce racism into the world, like categorizing people on races. Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
They are powerless. Those kind of people are powerless, cowards. Yeah.
Exactly.
Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead, Sarsha, if you want to answer.
I would like, but it maybe will be, but this is in my head now. I would like to decrease my years, 20, 30 years, and then I will increase everything what I didn't increase in
Nice.
this.
You guys all have the smart answers to this question.
That's all. I want to be young.
You're stupid enough. You know, it's funny how smart answers come from stupid people.
But sometimes stupid people have good ideas.
Are you talking about you, or are you talking about someone else?
Yeah, there is this joke I heard recently. Like a wise man learns from mistakes of others. A stupid learns from his own mistakes. And the idiots, they never learn from anyone, not even from theirs. So I'm proud to be at least a stupid, you know.
Oh yeah, he was so many times stupid in life.
Yeah.
I just noticed we got a new person. Aaron, if you're here and you can hear me, you need to head up to VC check-in and someone will follow you up and then you'll have the role to speak in the live stream. Oh, and Lucy are here with VC Verified. I don't think I've seen you before.
Are you there, Lucy?
Lucy the hominid.
She might be in the sky with diamonds.
That's probably where she is, yes.
Yeah.
That's probably Lucy the telescope.
Lucifer.
Oh, Lucy. Lucy left anyways. That's too bad.
Luciferous.
Did you answer the question yet, President Brandon?
I did not.
Do you know? Did you hear the question?
I think if I wanted to switch two abilities, have more of one and less of the other.
Yeah, well, if you could
I would-
increase any characteristic, yeah. Basically the gist of it. Go for it.
Right. I would want to be more outgoing and assertive, I guess, and less hasty in decision making. I wish that I wouldn't jump to conclusions when I do. Although it does make for good, like, speedy decisions, but at the same time, sometimes you jump to conclusions from it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes they need a little more thought sometimes. Makes sense. No, that's a good answer.
Yep, that's me.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for answering. Good.
I see.
Who else do we have that wants to answer? Lou? Either. I guess not. What about Sunny? Did Sunny answer? Is Sunny back?
Sunny was avoiding the question.
Why was Sunny avoiding the question today? Usually you want to answer.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll answer. How's the mic?
Yeah, good. You're coming in
Yeah,
fine.
sounds good.
Yeah, so if I would like to decrease a certain characteristic, is that the question? Was there a second
Yeah.
part?
So if you could increase any characteristic about yourself but had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose?
Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so what I would like to improve is my ability to respond rather than react. So the reactivity in myself is what I would like to decrease. In other words, I'm a very sensitive person, and sometimes my emotions take me on a ride and I get reactive. And it may have nothing to do with the moment. It's just something that's going through me where I'm going through this cycle of emotion. Sometimes I'm very stable, sometimes I'm not as stable. And so I think I think what it comes down to really is if I can stop being so hypercritical and judgmental of myself, then I'll stop being so judgmental and so snap judgment, like hypercritical of everyone else. So I think I don't think we're able to transmit something that we don't have. So I would prefer to transmit something that I do have, and that would be less judgmental, less critical, and more try to understand rather than to be understood. Like I could read the St. Francis prayer and it says it all. You know?
I agree.
So
That's nice, man.
where there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, pardon. Where there's doubt, faith. Where there's despair, hope. Where there's darkness, light. And where there's sadness, joy. I gotta stop because I get emotional.
Sorry, who was saying something? Did somebody?
It was Sunny. Sunny was given his answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought somebody else cut in there. Sorry.
I think I know what he means by saying he wants to be less judgmental, but for me, this doesn't click. For me, love means law, order, and judgment. These three words together is the best definition for love that I have personally. And yeah, so judgment is very important because when you see a child doing something wrong because he doesn't know, you actually judge him and you teach him, you give him teaching and explanations. And if he keeps doing that, then you will also be punishing him, you know. Try from love, you try to protect. You see that he's harming himself. He's doing something which can be life-threatening or whatever, no, or immoral. So yeah. Yeah, with judgment, it's a sword like with two edges. One is righteous, one is not. So when you do righteous judgment, then you should fear nothing. But when you misjudge something, then you should be correcting yourself and be aware. That's what I fear, to misjudge. Yeah. And I think Sunny means something like that too.
Yeah. With the whole judgment, yeah, yeah, that is a hard one to. It's almost part of the brainwashing thing as well, right? So it is
Yeah.
hard to undo that part of it. But that was a very good answer, Sunny. Thank you for sharing that, even though I know you were reluctant to share. But I maybe like sometimes, it's good to bring these things up. But
Yeah, it is
I
very good actually because anything where I can challenge myself, like if I need a correction somewhere, then you know,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad that you
I
said
agree.
it because that's where it's almost like if we can share these where we're like where we know somebody's easily triggered, right? Because we're all trying and we want to have good conversations. So if it's like, oh yeah, okay, Sunny, is struggling with this, or Redford struggles with this. It's like, okay, then we can help each other to moderate like conversations better and just have just like a better environment and help each other.
yeah, because I don't want to go through life as like a loose cannon, and I think I've kind of presented that in some respects here as a loose cannon, and I need to be corralled in. Look, I'm an adult. That doesn't mean I'm like perfect. It doesn't mean I like am really good at having interpersonal relationships. Has been the most difficult thing I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. So the communication with others, it for me has a lot of pitfalls. That doesn't have anything to do with the other person. It all has to do with what's going on with me internally. Like the way I feel life is treating me is exactly, and it's exact a juxtaposition of how I feel about myself. If I feel shitty about myself, it feels like the whole world is shitty. So like I have to control what I'm able to control. That's myself, my own attitude. That's about all we can do, you know? So I need to stick to that. And the part about being able to respond instead of react, because sometimes reaction is okay, but it needs to be tempered or monitored.
That's basically what I was saying too, Sonny, about what my thing is. I don't want to be so reactive. I want to be able to think about it.
Yeah, I heard what you said, and I kind of like went with my premise based on what you had said just previous. So I appreciate all
Amen.
the input. It helps.
Hey, I want to say something to you though. If you believe that you can't, you're right. But if you believe that you can, you're right.
Yeah, yeah. Most of the time I believe I can, but that also has limits.
That's awesome. Thanks for you guys for sharing that. I appreciate it. And it's true. Sometimes it's better to just talk about these things because I guess the more you talk about it, the more people step up and be like, "Oh yeah, I struggle with that too." It makes you feel that you're not just dealing with that yourself. Like other people, right, struggle with so many different things that we don't always see. So,
Yeah,
it's good to be aware.
yeah. Listen, like I've been one of these people that, and early in my life, most of my life, I refused to grow up. I was, I don't know, I can't even describe it. But anyway, I've had to take a real deep look at myself to figure out, like what's really going on. And what I figured out is all of my experiences are internal. There's no one that can convince me of something that can make me feel any way. Because if I'm, let's say, if I'm angry, that's my anger. No one can like insert anger into you. It's not possible. If you're angry, you have anger inside of you. Like that's my deal. So I have to be careful with what I choose to believe about myself for one. That's number one. So anyway, I'll stop. So I don't want to go on too long.
Anger out of the blue is definitely not healthy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I was just saying, like, Sunny, of course, like, you can, if you have anything else you want to add, go for it.
Not really right now. I'm just going to listen. I'm trying to eat something.
Bon appetit.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for answering and for having that discussion.
Appreciate it.
Ooh, Karma joined us. Welcome, Karma. How are you? I haven't talked to you in such a long time.
I was just at the store and stuff, but at least I finally made it to precious metals. I can see what it's all about.
Awesome. Well, I think Nathan wanted you to answer the question, so he can ask you the question if he's around.
Yeah, sure. I was just speaking the PC text chat. Sorry. Hi, Karma. Thank you for showing up. I literally just mentioned you, and then you're here. That's pretty coincidence. So, question today is. Sorry, did you say something?
I was saying you summoned me with it telepathically.
Yeah, I guess that works as well.
Hey, Karma. Hi.
All right, so if I got a minute now, I'm gonna ask a question. You can think about it as well if you want, because I think it's a good one to think about. But the question is, if you could increase any characteristic about yourself, but you had to decrease another in the same amount, what characteristics would you choose?
Ooh, that is a toughie.
Right, that's what I
Give me
mean.
a minute to think about it.
Of course, there's no rush.
Oh, a Creation Bear has joined us.
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Redford. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Would you like to answer our question for today?
Sure, yeah. I think this is a good question.
And bangles. Okay, sounds good. Go for it.
Yeah, mine's a little bit similar to Sunny's. Kind of two sides of the same coin. Like, in terms of the server, my goal is to try to connect with others, even though from time to time, it seems like a lot of people try to dunk on the globe earthers and stuff. But so like the ability that I would increase would be to be able to find the right words. And I'm sure some people experience this, that like sometimes the best words come out with a bit of preparation, or in hindsight, sometimes after you say them, you think of something better that you could have said. So yeah, that would definitely be the thing that I would increase, just the ability to find the right words so you can connect with others. And then I guess the opposite of that would be, like, I would decrease my lack of ability to find the right words. And sometimes you're lost for words, you know? People say like lots of crazy stuff, so hard to respond. But yeah, I think that would be my answer. But I did like what you said, Redford. I was going to go towards that, being able to increase my artistic abilities, but this is just what I thought of when I was driving. What do you think?
No, that's awesome. I think that is such a great answer. And yeah, I really like it. I like listening to everybody's answer because they're always so different and everybody comes at it from a different perspective. So, I agree with that. I would like to increase that ability as well sometime for sure.
Yeah, like I said, like I feel like the goal for me, my personal goal, is to try to connect with people better, whether they're new or trolls or whatever. But if you can establish a good connection, I see that seems pretty helpful. I know, like I said before, from time to time, it's like we want to just slam dunk on everybody. But yeah, so I think being able to find the right words at the right time with people helps you connect with them a little bit better. So that's definitely something that I would work on. Has anyone else said anything like that? Or I heard Sunny when I was driving say, try to keep calm and find kind of similar. You finding the right words without getting reactionary or emotional. Like, I definitely agree with that too.
No, well, that's what I said. I kind of like said something on those lines. Sorry to interrupt you there. I said something on those lines in that, imparting knowledge at the right time is what I said. But yeah, Nero.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said. It's pretty good. Good answer.
Nice.
Also, if you want to improve your communications and how people receive it, I really recommend NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, because it's a lot about how you phrase things and how you frame it, so the person you're talking to receives it the way you want them to receive it, so they understand you the way you want them to understand you, and so that you get what you want out of the conversation.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. Linguistic programming, right?
Neuro-linguistic programming.
Grace can drop some links probably for you, or books actually. Okay. And then there's David Snyder on YouTube. He has free videos as well. I recommend him. He has very interesting videos about the courting dance as well.
Okay.
The courting dance?
Or the mating dance.
Oh, I see. Roger. Hey, I'd like to answer the question quickly if I could.
Quickly? Yep. No, you can take more time. It doesn't have to be quick. Go for it. Go
ahead. I'm just saying it's not a long explanation. The trait that I'd like to accentuate would be...
Mic check. Sorry to interrupt. Just so you know, everybody's roboting. Please fix your mics. Thank you.
It sounds like your connection, hon. But anyway.
Oh, it was nice to hear Luca. I haven't heard her in such a long time.
I know, and she came in to say that. Come on, get back here. Let's talk.
Too bad. You gonna allow that?
It's like that old blonde joke where she's like, "Oh, I've been poking every bone in my body, and it always hurts. So every bone in my body is broken." And the doctor says, "Your finger's broken."
Exactly. Yep, that's what she did. I do hope she's joking. So the trait I'd like to accentuate in myself would be meeting people where they're at in talking to people, whether it's helping someone out, counseling, talking to the guy at the grocery store. Like, I want to be able to, as quickly as possible, make it genuine, right? Because a lot of times if people start to just become yes men, people understand what that means and they lose interest in maybe the conversation. And so, I have to genuinely, right, want to meet people where they're at, whatever that is. And so we'll talk about Globers for a second. I have a very hard time keeping calm, like Sonny said, when it's willful ignorance and somebody is just trying to waste my time or make my stance look weak. So I have to put away my emotions. So the first thing that happens when I start to talk to a Glober is I get worked up about it once they got to stick with their paradigm and their worldview, and it just gets to me. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. But that, I'm not meeting them where they're at if I start to get judgy right away. If this is the first time they've looked into it, even if they're kind of acting like a troll, put myself in their shoes, I probably would have acted like a troll getting into, I heard about flat, let's go make fun of the flat earthers, right? And then so on and so forth. But yeah, and I don't know about the bad thing. Was a bad thing about me that I want to get rid of? What was that? Is that right?
Well, we don't like to use words like that. It's just, it's not that they're bad, but
maybe the most counterproductive part of my personality. Let me change that.
Just decrease. It's to increase one and decrease the other with the same amount.
Okay, so I'll increase my immediate empathy is what I'll call that. And then decrease my, probably wordiness. I try to distill things to a very, you know what? I just want to remove my sarcastic attitude, from things. It's really hard to do, but I'm working on it.
Right? I have that problem too.
It's tough because I don't know when I'm doing it a lot. I'm starting to now, but, people are telling me like, yeah, you're saying nice things, but you don't sound like you want to be nice about it. Okay. So I need to work on that.
Definitely get there. I had to work on this when I started working with kids. that and not saying like random curse words while we're talking, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So anyway, that's me.
Well, it's great. Thanks. That was a good answer, and thank you for speaking up.
Totally.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Glad.
Thanks for doing this.
I came back just in time to hear your answer. Thanks, Glad, and good
Oh,
day
cool.
to you. Good day to you,
Oh, good day, Sonny. Thank you.
and good day to everyone else here. You probably have no idea how important you are. I'm here to tell you.
That's awesome, Sunny. Thank you. No, it's true. Like, I mean, we are community, family, right? We all have to support each other and all of that.
MJ writes me, "Don't good day to us mods, bro." Good day to all the mods, admin. We love you all. You're very important here. One thing I realize, I know I get kind of wordy and mouthy, but I'm gonna miss Dave. I'm gonna miss. No, I won't miss Dave. Uh, oh my God, brain damage. Boomer moment. Hold on, I forgot the name of someone that I talk with. Oh my gosh, hold on.
Yeah, no worries. All good. Yeah, thank you to all the moderators for staying muted. I know it's a challenge, so we appreciate it. Oh, and admins too. Mods and admins.
Want me to answer it now?
Oh, sorry. What did you say, Karma?
I was saying, do you want me to answer now?
Yeah. We'll if when Sunny comes back, he can continue on. Yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry. Should I go now or not? Something about Sunny?
Yeah, you can go. Well, actually, did Sunny?
No, I
Yeah.
was just going to say I'm going to miss Hank Hill on the precious metals. That's all. But there will be plenty other times. I just want to say I won't see him on. I won't hear Hank Hill on precious metal. But there's plenty of other times. I'm sure we'll get to hear from him. Plenty of times in the future. And go ahead, Karma. Nice to hear you today.
Right. So it was what characteristics or strengths you want to increase, and what weaknesses or characteristics you want to decrease, right?
Yeah. What characteristics would you choose? Yeah, if you could increase any characteristic and decrease in the same amount, a different one in the same amount.
Yeah, then I'd probably choose something like, okay, the English word for this that works. The thing where, like, self-esteem or self-confidence, like self-assertiveness, like where you're more like, I'm just gonna be independent and be super like confident speaking to all these people and not get stage fright, or I'm gonna just go out and meet new people and not get anxious about it, that kind of shit. And as far as decrease, I would think my very optimistic, trusting nature towards people. I tend to trust and give too much to people who might not deserve it, but I've been trying to pull back on that. So yeah, that I guess.
Your first answer was the first answer I gave. Sunny's second answer was the second answer I gave. That's funny.
I mean, it's a good thing to work on, because if you keep putting everybody else first and you never prioritize yourself, you're just gonna end up wearing yourself down until you can't help anybody. And I learned that the hard way a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I agree. Me too.
Like, well, it's probably codependency. I'll just keep it on my side of the street. Yeah. Codependent, had to break from that codependency of giving, like in a relationship, giving so much of myself that I lose myself. That's not fun. Like, and then getting angry about it later, then guilt, shame. Like, anyway.
I've had similar problems because if you have a relationship with someone who's narcissistic, for instance, it pushes you into a co-narcissistic role, which has codependency a lot. And I grew up being codependent with like mom, and I had to be careful not to be joined at the hip with Trace, because otherwise I'll get indecisive. Like I used to be so indecisive. I had to have somebody affirm that my decisions were right before I made them. And Trace has been helping me work on being confident in myself and not having to double check everything I do. Like other people's opinions aren't more important than mine, and I'm not allowed to be ignored and all this stuff. And I already sound all like choked up because I'm thinking about all the good stuff he's done for me, and I get emotional easily. So sorry about
that. Do not apologize for getting emotional over something like that. No, it's all good. Thank you, Karma.
I just hate how shaky my voice gets when I talk about things that are close to the heart because I get adrenaline shakes. So I start sounding like I'm about to cry, and I hate that.
Not so much to us, I guess. At least I don't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it either.
I totally understand because I can relate. It happens to me.
I'm just gonna go with we feel our emotions too strongly.
Yeah, it happens to me too, and that's not an easy thing for a man to say, But I'm willing to say it because that's what I need to be brave, and that's what being brave is about. It's not having fear or not having emotion. It's pushing through regardless of what my emotions are.
Yeah, that's why I always said fearlessness is bad, but bravery is just worth its weight in gold.
Love or fear? What's your choice?
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing, really.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. That's the two emotions.
I found out that I have Oedipus complex. And
wow.
Besides Tourette syndrome. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to stop reading all those papers or whatever these experts are telling you about any of
What
that.
are you talking about? I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I found out because ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, like, I didn't know that was a real thing until today.
Yeah, see, the work of Freud, he basically said all males look for a female that has characteristics like their mother, meaning the nurturing type, right? Not necessarily the sexual type.
Right, exactly.
And once again, it's a survival instinct. I want to be next to mama because mama knows how to take care of me.
It's also, it doesn't matter if it's your mom or dad. It's whatever positive male role model or female role model you have when you're growing up. For example, my taste in men and my sister's taste in men are like 180. Like, she'll be like, ooh, look at that hottie. And I'll be like, you mean that troll? And then I'll be like, oh, that guy's hot. And she'll be like, you mean that word that means a long line of snot? For instance, she looked up to Dad, and he was this big, muscular, super masculine asshole, sociopathic narcissist. I looked up to Trace, and he's intelligent, he's fit, but he's not bulky like Bull. So I always like shied away from the bulkier type because those reminded me of the bad male role model in my life, and I associate that with like negative traits in men, especially when I was younger before I realized where this was coming from. And I was more inclined towards thinking men who were similar to my brother were handsome. But like you get more open to it the more you find out where your judgments are coming from. But of course, you base these things on what you grew up around with. It's what you were learning instinctively to look for, like what it would make a good mate. Just like I was like, I don't want to get near men because I'd only seen bad relationships. It wasn't until I've seen good, healthy relationships between men and women that I was like, okay, maybe a romantic relationship might be fun.
Yeah, for women, it's called Electra complex.
Yeah, I think putting it into the complexes and all this stuff, it's putting a bit of a label on it. I don't think it's that until it's gotten
I agree.
to extremes.
I think humans are too complex for us to be like, oh, this is this and that is that. Like, I just don't think so. And people fall into those roles. They start playing the roles because the doctors are like, you have this. And then people are, oh, all of a sudden, I got to act like this, even though they don't even know they're doing it.
I'm not trying to say that trying to imply I'm playing a role. I was just implying the fact that I do, ever since as a child, I had dreams. I didn't know how to explain to my best friend that, yeah, I have dreams about like having sex with my family. Like those are thoughts that that are involuntary that come to my head. It's not something that I want to happen. It's just I have these dreams, and it's not something I can stop.
Yeah, hey, real quick, let's stop that topic there just because it's a live stream. But Master Chief, if you want to talk with me about that, go ahead and DM me, or we can go to a different chat room or something after this.
I understand. I was just saying, letting you know.
We got you. Totally.
No worries, bro. Was there anybody else who hadn't answered the question yet?
Yeah, I haven't. The only thing I can think of is maybe increase my ability to articulate my thoughts clearly without using so many filler words.
What do you mean by filler words, Josh?
Like, and of, those kind of words.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard you speak a few times. You do a pretty good job at conveying information across.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm not all the way there. Sometimes it's away from me. And I have to
I wouldn't say it's you in most cases, right? Because everybody's different, so everybody takes a different approach to how you're engaging with them. You have to change the way that you approach people based on their circumstances. So generally, it's just a person you're talking to that's struggling to understand your point or what have you. It's not always you, so always keep that in mind.
Yeah. Well, I try to strive to be the arbiter of peace, so to say, like somebody that can entertain different thoughts from different people without accepting those thoughts, so that I can see where they're coming from and see where the mislink is. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them will jump to a logical fallacy as proof and not realize what they're doing. And it seems like whenever I try to tell them about logical fallacies, it just blows up. But when I sit there and try to go down, but you said this, now let's look at this and all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I need more experience in it.
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's the majority of that's on them. People just have a very bad understanding of logical fallacies, and even when you explain it to them, a lot of them's got ego, so they don't concede. I'm having that pretty often in the lobby. I have debates with individuals, and you'll get them on whatever they said, and then they'll never want to concede it because their ego's too high. So again, it's not always you, so don't blame yourself all the time. And sure, we have faults, but that's why we're here. We're here to improve as individuals, and don't worry about it.
I appreciate it, man.
Principles over personalities.
Danny, I have a present for you.
Danka.
Are you, Sunny and Enoch, do you guys want to play for us in about half an hour?
Well, we're at two different locations, so I don't know.
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
That's the
Yeah, that's right.
latency
You guys
problem.
played it.
But if I think Enoch has a new song, if he wants to play that, I'm fine with that.
I'm still a little nervous about it. I gotta put it in order.
Well,
no problem.
the good news is we don't know the difference. Right, you can play us whatever, and we'll be like, well, that's his stuff, yeah. Oh, hey, you forgot the bridge, the refrain there. Just, come on. Let's hear it.
Yeah, well, you can think about it, and we'll come back to you before the end of Precious Metal Takeover. If you want to play it for us, that would be awesome.
Enoch.
You can play it now. Everybody's wanting to play now, so yeah, we could just do a little intermission. Did you, or is that too much pressure for you? I don't wanna...
No.
Are you seeing the voice text too? You have to do this now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
And that's okay.
Yeah, why don't you play for us now, and then Sunny can. Yeah, awesome. I think that's a great option.
I can't really necessarily make everything rhyme. It doesn't rhyme, but it's something I've written for my fiance.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, I already love it.
It's well, you guys know that I'm a flat earther, and you guys know that I told you that she's a globe earther, and so everything kind of plays in together. It makes sense to us, but that's all that matters. There's a I um you mind if I step outside really fast and medicate?
Yeah, you go for it, and then just let us know when you're back, and then
Okay.
you can play us. Yeah, no worries. Awesome.
All right, be right back, guys.
Okay. Fantastic.
He grows a bunch of mint and lavender, and he's gonna go rub that all over the top lip, and then he'll get calm, and then he'll come in, and that's his medication. That's what I'm guessing.
Shut up, Glaflo.
Flowers are wonderful medication, man. They smell good, and they provide you with sweet things to eat if you got bees.
Oh yeah, the bees. I actually planted this flower. It's not very pretty. It's called borage.
I'm over here trying
And
to grab my bowl, and you guys are like distracting me. I can't stop laughing.
oh, but that one, holy man, the bumblebees just like flock to that flower. So if you want some bees in your yard, plant something called borage.
Ew,
It's really
speaking of bumblebees, you know about the fig wasp?
Yeah.
Not the wasp that you wanna eat.
Why would anybody eat any wasp?
I've
Well,
never.
why would
Well, if you've
anybody
eaten
want to
figs,
eat the figs? Yeah, right.
I
you've eaten
have a lot of
figs.
figs.
You've eaten dead flies, dead moths, or not moths.
No, you're not eating anything dead. You're eating the maggots and moths and the nest, basically. That's the
Is that the
nest.
crunchy stuff
Yeah.
inside the
No, those are the seeds. What happens is it's like a Venus flytrap where it will absorb the nutrients from the wasp. That is the only thing that pollinates it. Like the female wasp is the only thing that can leave. The male wasps stay inside.
And they
And
incest
the
with each
female
other.
wasp, when they leave, they can fly, but when they enter a fig, they lose their wings. Their
It's
wings are ripped
basically
off, so they can't
suicide.
leave.
You know, it's
Suicide.
if an intelligence made this place, it is sadistic and weird. Sorry, that's my opinion.
So perhaps the
Well,
fig
that's
is
why
the
God
forbidden
said, this is the fruit out of all the fruits that you can eat. This is the only fruit that you're not supposed to eat because you will
fig?
surely die. Yes. Yes.
Bro, it's really
Yes.
good for you though.
No.
Yeah.
No. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Stop
lots
saying
of
that.
latex in it now.
Do your research,
Figs,
bro.
who
I'm
cares what it
serious.
is comes
Because in
from,
the
dude?
beginning, no, hold on.
It's a
Listen,
fruit,
I know it's all wet right
and
now,
my
but
body
listen.
likes the digestive stuff it
No.
brings with it, and the vitamin C and fiber. And
Flo, listen, seriously. In the beginning, we were all supposed to be vegans.
how do you know that?
Well, in the book of the Genesis, in the book,
Right, but that's just a book. How do you actually know that?
in the very beginning in the book of Genesis, okay, in
That's just
chapter
a book.
1, it
Come
says,
on.
"Behold, and I have hold on, listen to the verse. Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is on the face of the which is on the face upon all of the
you know.
So
But
what
you
makes you?
don't
I
live in
100% disagree with you, bro.
You don't
I
live in that planet.
100% disagree with you. I disagree that everyone's supposed to be vegan because that's just not true.
Okay, then well,
Yeah,
understand you don't have to be vegan, which is why there's sacrifices and you can eat meat and everything else like that. Anyway, look, what I'm trying to say is this:
Just
where
eat a
there's
fig.
been
That's not vegan.
they have given every green herb for meat. So in the beginning, yes, at first we were, but then when we were doing the sacrifices and we were not supposed to be we were supposed to be eating the meat a certain way, and that's why there's certain ways that we eat meat now. And it's also said in the Bible how we supposed to eat the meat.
Okay, we're
Right?
gonna stop
you
right there.
don't
No,
get
no, no,
it.
no. We're gonna stop. If everybody continues with the diet, I'll mute everybody. We're gonna
Yeah.
stop. We're gonna move on
Right.
because everybody's right. Or, you know what? I'm not even gonna comment. Let's continue. Cyberblitz wants to answer the question, and then Enoch's
There we go.
gonna
Sorry,
come
guys.
back and play for us. It's gonna be awesome. All
Perfect.
right.
I'm sorry.
Cyber.
Sorry,
No,
didn't
You're
mean
no.
to
fine,
stir
brother.
up
You're
the
fine.
pot.
It's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. We're fine.
Okay, I'm
All
gonna get
right.
medicated now.
Sounds good. We'll see you in a few, or hear from you in a
Take
few.
care, Enoch. Be well.
Hey, I would just answer the question sort of like the first guy did and say I would increase my height and decrease my weight. So I'll keep it simple like that.
Oh, so you're copying him, Cyberblitz. No, I'm just joking. I mean, it was a good. Elmo did give a good answer. I mean, he kicked
That
it
was an
off.
amazing
So,
answer.
yeah, it was a good one, though. Thank you.
I'm like, mine was shit compared to that one.
Thanks for participating, Cyberblitz. If you want to add anything else, go for it.
Oh, I did want to comment. I really like a lot of people were focusing on communication with others. That's really important. So, I mean, I want that as well.
Yeah, I think that, and you know what? It's good that I think we're talking about it because I know lately there has been some issues potentially, right, where we do get a little triggered, and sometimes we do need people to help us, right, to remind us that we are getting triggered because sometimes, right, it's just that switch that goes off and it just happens so quickly, and sometimes we can't catch it. So I think it is good to talk about this stuff and bring it up in a nice, peaceful environment.
Well, I love that we have this meeting of the minds because you are, or you become, like the 5 or 7 people that you end up hanging out with the most. So getting to hang out with all you smart people makes me feel better.
Right? You are the company you keep. Good point. It definitely helps. I mean, there definitely is benefits, and I've gained a lot being in this server. So I'm grateful for everybody. All right, let's get back to the
I'm
question.
the stupid
Anybody else
one.
want to answer it? Sorry, Cappy guy.
So you're not hanging only with smart ones, because I am the stupid here.
What? No, no, no. We can't be putting ourselves down. Yeah, you are not stupid. I don't think anybody
Oh,
would.
you can say whatever you believe or think, but that's not what I believe of myself. So,
Oh,
yeah,
Most people are their own worst critics.
yeah. That's a good point,
yeah.
Pat. Mm-hmm.
Well, now we know what he should decrease: his self-criticism, and he should realize how awesome he is. Yeah.
Again, neurolinguistic programming helps. Got to talk to yourself the right way.
Yeah, it really helped me with that as well.
Yeah, that negative self-talk is, it can be pretty detrimental.
The worst thing is, this is predominant in our society nowadays.
Yes, karma, it is. Yep.
I see
It's
it
terrible.
especially because of my work with the kids and stuff, and I mentioned this before, but there's been examples of entire classes where the parents' self-talk is affecting the kids. It's not that they are saying you're ugly, you're fat. They're saying I am ugly, I am fat. And so the kid learns to say I am ugly, I am fat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They copy.
Yeah, and then also having like the dominance as well. Like when say such as your cousin showing that they're more prettier or they're more masculine than you are, also can really affect you too. I didn't know it did until like really thinking about it.
That's psychological trauma. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that
that's also
idea
a
of like
kind of self-talk, how you take that in.
Mhm.
Oh, I got a book for that. Hang on. I'll put it in the voice text.
Yeah, I did. I had a book of Malebranche. I started reading it, like a quarter of it, but then I gave up. It was too complicated. So that's all my psychology study.
Well, I recommend also if you like listening to audiobooks, anybody, I listen to Wayne Dyer's 101 Ways to Transform Your Life on YouTube. And I found a lot of really good things in that helped me out.
Yeah, Noir's pretty good.
What book was it, Carmen?
It's Wayne Dyer's 101 Ways to Transform Your Life. I'll link it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Wayne Dyer. Oh, I think Enoch's ready to play for us. Are you ready to go, Master Chief?
I'm actually warming up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No worries.
Okay.
You guys can continue.
All right. Can you just let us know when you're ready?
It's sunny there. I need a backup.
Thanks, Karma.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
One, a two, a three.
I'm ready.
A one, two, three.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've known about Wayne Dyer for over 20 years.
Way to brag. Good for
What?
you.
No, I'm saying he's been around. Get out of here. He's been around for, like I said, anyway. You just gotta call people out all the time, don't you, Redford?
Only you got.
I'm just messing around.
But that's, yeah, I can't remember where I came across it, but I have heard that name. And that's awesome. It's an audiobook and it's like in an hour. So yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Karma.
Tony Robbins with the big teeth. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a fan of Tony Robbins, but
He's strange. Strange
he's
guy.
a very that's a good way to put it. He is a strange
Big and weird.
I've seen him work some magic,
He's got that
though,
hinge
you know?
jaw.
Oh yeah, I mean, people, if they right, it's all that belief. What do you believe, and what is your mindset? So yeah, he just
Also,
gives me
just
the
like with the
cringy. But anyways,
sorry, I was just gonna say, like, just like with the glopers, some glopers need a full logic approach where you're just like, here's the facts, bam, 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 and they're like, oh my god, too many facts. This must be correct. I need to look into this. Then there's others that are like, I don't give a shit about facts. All I care about is how I feel about it. And then you have to go into the whole like emotional bit about it, and you have to like emotionally like walk them through the whole grieving process for the boss, kind of like a eunuch. But like the same thing with self-help gurus. One self-help guru might be like exactly what you need at the time you found him, while another person might hear the same words and be like, Psh, this doesn't mean jack shit to me. But like I found Wayne Dyer when I needed him, and when I needed to hear the words, the things that are most difficult to talk about are the things that are most important to talk about. That's the time I found him, and that's the time I heard that, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I gotta do that. Improved my life.
Yep.
He helps you. He helps you stay in the deep end of the pool and get some work done instead of just waiting, treading water.
Mic check.
yeah.
Mic check. Sorry, is it coming in and out?
Let's hear you first.
Both of you.
Go ahead. Give us a level check there, Master Chief.
All right, hold on. How's that?
We need to hear your guitar and your voice.
Oh,
Take it off push to talk or turn your sensitivity up.
Okay, is it better now? Hold on.
No, you got to turn crisp off. If you don't turn crisp off, it'll keep drowning. Yeah.
Okay. What? Video.
It's the like diamond shaped straight lines, vertical lines, right by your the room that says live stream voice text at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Noise suppression sound by Crisp.
Yeah, the noise suppression is what's like with the noise. If you have that on, you can sit there and cough and clap your hands, and it won't come through.
Okay, and if I turn it off,
yeah, then it should be able to pick everything up.
All
Also,
right,
if you
can you hear
bring
me now?
continuous, yeah.
I better
All
check.
right, is it better now? Okay, mic check. Alrighty, hold on.
Master Chief, turn your
Yeah.
sensitivity up just a little bit. It's cutting in and
Okay.
out.
All right, where's my sensitivity? To
You might need to open that one on the bottom to the far left. Drag it all the way. Is that
Sonny, you're coming in really low.
yeah. So do I put the output volume all the way to the right?
No, not. Don't worry about the
Input.
output volume. It's that green and orange slider. You have to slide that all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Green and orange slider at the
You might have it set to automatic.
Yeah.
Well, turn the automatic off. There should be a little green pill, and then there's going to be a green line that's going to turn half green and half orange, and then slide that all the way to the left. That way, there's no threshold.
Oh, is it push to talk?
No.
No. Turn off auto sensitivity.
Sensitivity. I feel like a stupid idiot right now.
It says output
No,
auto sensitivity.
Output
or
volume.
Input auto sensitivity.
Input volume. It's at 100. So
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying you should see an input mode. So
Do not go.
that's either voice or push to talk. You want it on voice. Then
right, I'm
you're going
at
to have
voice
auto
and video.
right? With that auto sensitivity pill, if it's turned on every time you talk, the bar turns green. When you turn that auto
Okay, I press
sensitivity
it.
pill off,
Right.
it turns into a green and orange bar. Slide
And
that
then
bar all the way to the left on sensitivity.
oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Haha. Okay.
Now try.
All right.
Perfect.
Got it now? You guys
Now
can hear
maybe
me?
just back away. Now maybe just back away from the mic just a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
All right, let's
I
not
better not
micromanage
fart.
his
You guys
song.
might hear me fart.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds pretty good.
Better now?
Pretty loud.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Hey, baby,
Hold up. I need to check mine.
Hey, baby, don't. Are you there? I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. You're 24/7. Don't stop, won't stop. 'Cause my heart won't stop beating. Every breath you take. Time stops when I'm looking at you, and the only gravitation or pull between us is me and universe is not complete without you in it. No, no. And I wouldn't even existed if it wasn't for you being born into it. You and I meant to be, and to am your Adam and you are my Eve. Like it was meant to be beginning. 'Cause our love the beginning and the end. He created everything, and everything returns back to him. One for three, baby, down to the end of the earth and back. Many times over to infinity and beyond. Your love is this is your love is. Your love is for my baby. Sorry. I was trying not to cry.
That was awesome, brother. Awesome.
Oh, that was so nice. Thank you so much for playing for us. Thank you.
It was like a letter I wrote to her, and like her birthday was coming up, and so I wrote it into a poem.
That's awesome.
Beautiful, man.
That's so nice. Thank you.
A lot of people in the voice text too are applauding, as it were. So you got a big support group here. That means it's a good song because we're picky with our music, dude. Just saying.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Master Chief.
Yeah, don't worry. I cry a lot of times whenever I've written a really good poem or song, and I'll try to recite it out loud, and it just makes me cry.
I meant to say Sunny. I didn't mean to say my name.
That was so funny.
I know.
I
saw
you know
my
what?
name.
I'm gonna let him have it.
I saw my name. I meant to say Sunny. Sorry.
You were congratulating yourself for writing a cool song, and you should.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to say thank you to Sunny for doing it, helping me.
Cool, man.
Should have been a guitar player, man.
No, they make it seem so effortlessly. You just do it. Awesome.
Well, as a drummer, when I freestyle like he's doing and just have a little fun, it's really loud. And no one likes to listen to it, but like a guitarist with, a soft acoustic sitting in the corner of a party, you bet.
I know, that's true.
They can go all night, you know what I mean? And it's like, everybody loves it. They'll sit down, come get some, and then go out. And you know, it's perfect background music just to have a guitar playing around in the background, an acoustic at least, in my opinion.
Yeah, you don't get the same vibe with the drums.
Say what?
You don't get the same vibe with the drums, that's
No,
for sure.
it's you have to be like in the mood to hear drums.
Is this overpowering? I just want to make sure.
No, it's perfect for me. And I got you at 100%, so dead metal on my thing. Should be good.
Cool. Sure is a convoluted way to do that.
And you resolved. I like that.
Oh, I blew it. How you like that? Sonny, you weirdo.
Sonny, that was awesome. What are you talking about? That was good. Thank you. Thanks, Sonny. I think who was it? XG had some questions potentially.
Ooh.
So it seems like that little character that just played that little ditty for y'all was kind of a playful little character, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Where the hell is that? Where the
I
hell
really
did these
liked
characters
it.
come from, man? Like, literally, they come out and go, "Here I am today."
You're the conduit. They come from somewhere else.
They start making my fingers play this shit, and I'm going, well, that's interesting. Where the hell did you come from? Like, because yeah, I did learn how to play the guitar. Some say very well. Big deal. Like that doesn't mean all this different music that I don't understand the origins of it that I just happen to like start playing out of nowhere through the ether. What
It's your fault for being good at guitar. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it's just it's awesome. I enjoy it.
So we did have VG though, right? In here.
Say what?
XG.
Sorry, XG.
And then prestigeless as well. But I think XG had said that they might maybe have some questions, but if they don't want to unmute, we can get back to Sunny playing.
I was just trying to remember what I was talking to with the person the check-in VC about. I've completely forgot, so I'm trying to remember.
That's okay. So
Well,
how
we
did
touch.
you? Oh, go
Well, I
for
was
it.
gonna say, yeah, we touched on a couple things in the check-in, right? We we touched on circumnavigation and gas pressure. And was that it? XG, does that jumble your memory, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess the only way I could then expand that to the floor is to get another perspective. I guess because unless you guys all share the same perspective, or do you have different concepts, or what?
Well, do you remember those three claims that we sort of touched on? The curvature, the rotation, and the gas pressure. So I think that's something that you might find those as a general consensus here, that those are three globe claims that need to be validated. So if you have any evidence for those three claims, then maybe we could tear into it. We can get into it.
I mean, the only thing I really have off the top of my mind is that sun argument I stated before, and you sort of said that you couldn't really explain it, and it was more of a story, but I'm not too sure if I'm putting words in your mouth right now or what.
No, you're all right. Yeah, I mean, so we like to ask people, can you demonstrate gas pressure without a container and next to a vacuum? And so a lot of people kind of go the route that you did, no offense or anything, but people will say, well, just point up at the sky and there's the sun, see? But we'd like to be able to verify things. That way we don't have to just believe stuff. So,
but isn't the whole perspective that the sun is generates heat through the thermodynamic energy, concept, and that's supported by the whole factor that we get sunburns, which are a result of radiation. What would you say in result to that?
What? I would just ask, what is the sun?
It's a pressurized ball of gas that has been ignited due to a star imploding.
And
pressurized ball of gas in a vacuum?
Well, how would we verify that is the question.
What would you explain the sun to be otherwise?
I have no idea. I think it's okay to not know. I think it's, I sometimes type in the chat saying not knowing something is better than, I hate to say it, but then just making stuff up. Not that you were making that up, but if it's not verified, then sounds like it's kind of just a story that we have to just believe. And I don't think people here would be very comfortable with just believing stories. We'd like to verify stuff. So if you don't know, then we don't know. That's fine.
I'm just a bit confused about the fact that I go outside, I get burnt, I have a higher chance of getting cancer from radioactive burns, and the perspective that I have is just science and such, and yours is more, it's just a story.
No, it's kind of the other way around.
I'm not trying to...
Well, you're talking about radiation and sunburns and stuff, but what we asked was if you could demonstrate gas pressure without a container, and then you started talking about how the sun is a ball of gas in a vacuum, but you didn't demonstrate gas pressure without a container. So can you just do that?
Well, the persistent existence of it through several millions of years.
Okay, you're begging the question, though. You're making up a story about the sun, so can you get us a vacuum chamber and show us a similar phenomena occurring inside of that?
I'm not talking about that, though.
Stop claiming up billions and billions of years and show us a citation, please.
Well, let's just let me be the greasy globe lawyer here and say that these guys were pretty chill in the VC check-in. So if we could just cut them some slack, they've been cool.
Let's let CB do this, everyone.
Okay.
I mean,
I was just saying the claim that he was saying that it was billions and billions of years. So I was just saying, he claimed that so he should show us you know what I'm saying?
I just didn't really like how he said that we have stories, he has science, and then he went and told us a story.
I have a question for him.
Exactly, which is why I'm saying he claimed that billions and billions of years. So that's why I was saying, okay, give us a citation of what year of what they claim of when it happened. You can't just sit here, come in here and say billions and billions of years ago and tell us a story, which exactly what you were saying, right?
Master Chief, I wish you'd just let CB take care of this because he started it. So I appreciate your comment, but let's let CB do this.
Yeah, I would just add that XG is, I think we touched on this a little bit as well, that I think the majority, if not almost everyone here, was on your side at one point. So we know the story, hate to say it, but we know the story pretty well, right? Everything was in a vacuum, millions and millions of years and all this stuff. We're looking for verification of this. So if you do have some science, we'd love to get into that for sure. But if it's just believe us, just believe it, then I think most people would have an issue with that is all. So.
Is there any
question to ask?
Go ahead, Gladflow.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Glad.
It's quick. I'm gonna try and make it quick. Okay. Who am I talking to? What's his name? I want to be respectful here.
XG, and there's also Prestigeless.
Great. Thank you. XG. So, if you want to know everything about a subject, do you listen to someone else or do you go study it yourself?
Mixture.
Great. So, do you think it's physically possible to validate the distance between the sun and Earth? Without going there, though.
Yeah.
And how does that happen?
By detecting the time it takes for light to move from the sun to the Earth and calculating it based on the speed of light.
I would just ask that, what does that information give us? What does that information tell us about the composition of what the sun may be?
Referring back to my previous point, the whole perspective of you go outside, you get a sunburn, which is a result of radiation burns, refers to the fact that the sun contains an excessive amount of energy and is able to, light up the Earth at times and also produce radiation burns from extended stays within, the, I guess, vision of the sun.
The reason I didn't want to take up too much time, I just wanted to see if you could tell me at the very least it is a belief that you have in it, and it's not actually verified fact just yet, based on assumptions, right? Nobody's gone from Earth to the sun, no one. So in that, we don't have a real empirical direct answer for that question. Not really, we can calculate and we can do this, yeah, but did you go there? No? Okay, well, then there you go. So anyway. Thanks.
I think the question also would be, go where? Exactly. So,
Yeah.
But maybe I could bring us back down to the Earth, because I don't think anyone knows what the sun, moon, or stars are. So maybe we could talk about the surface of the Earth. We can bring it back down to the Earth, hey? So XG or Prestigeless, one of the other questions we like to ask people is about the curvature. If they say that the Earth is a sphere, that requires some curvature. So where is it, and are there any measurements for this?
I haven't gone that much detail into it. I'm kind of just getting into this entire discussion, I could say, regarding curvature. But regarding curvature and gravity in the atmosphere and such, how would you explain satellites then?
Well, we sort of touched on that. Go ahead, Central.
I was just saying, to clarify, how would we explain cartoons?
Well, yeah, XG, we sort of touched on this a little bit in the check-in with the gas pressure argument, right? So if we can't demonstrate gas pressure without a container, then that medium called outer space quite possibly just doesn't even exist. So, but then again, let's take those.
Real?
Huh?
Did you just say satellites aren't real?
Can you verify that there are any satellites in orbit?
Well,
Can
the
you show
medium
us
they're
a
claimed to exist in.
photograph?
Okay, you guys, too many people are talking. We have CV and the other guys. So can we just let them continue? Thank you.
Hey, real
Yeah,
quick,
just
Precious Metals is about to end in 3 minutes. I just wanted to tell everyone thank you for coming.
Thank you. We can go longer if it needs to. So, but thank you.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you.
just saying, the
Thank
2 o'clock thing, I just wanted to say.
I'll just add two things to that question. Is well, it's not that quote unquote satellites don't exist. It's just the medium that they're claimed to exist in. Like, we're challenging that doesn't exist. And then so two, let's take a look at those space pictures and they show us curving lakes and curving oceans. So why don't we go out into reality and find out if these lakes really are curved?
I'm more trying to refer to the whole concept of Google Earth, the whole satellite imagery of the Earth, and then being able to zoom in on a position and then have a street view.
It's not satellite imagery.
So
They
what
have
would you
birds
say?
and airplanes. They take pictures of planes and balloons.
Can you see someone walking on the side of it? Can you zoom in like that?
That's a good question.
What?
Like when you zoom in, it just switches to a top-down view. Is it possible to zoom in on Google Earth and see someone upside down or a ship going up to the side of the Earth?
The Earth is massive. Why would you be able to see such a minute detail?
Well, here's the thing. You're saying that we have stuff in orbit, and the very first thing that you would need to be able to do that is to have the Earth's radius. So how was that measured?
From people in history measuring it?
What would you be more specific?
No, because I haven't really researched into that aspect of it.
Well, if you don't have that, you don't have orbital mechanics, and therefore you have no satellites, so that's the end of that.
Right.
Bro.
Just like a question to your model. Well, you don't call it a model, but earlier, the model I was talking to in the VC check, he said something about the Earth being the bottom of. Well, I don't know if you used the word universe, but like just being the bottom of everything. So where does the sun and like moon go when you don't see them in the sky?
Too far away to see them.
Too far away?
Yeah, too far away.
Have you ever heard of what
Sunny, you're coming
Your
in
microphone
so
is-
low.
1%.
Well, just for me, I don't know. I could hardly hear you.
For me too.
Just
Okay.
like
We'll
Christian.
let him try to. Yeah, but we'll just let him try to fix his mic, and then he can answer your question.
Can I say
But
something in the
maybe.
meantime?
Well, he's not coming back. So what are you gonna say?
So if you're saying the sun is going too far away, then why does the sun not get smaller as it's getting further away? It's just like it's constantly the same size as it fades out of vision.
It's not. It does angle down throughout the year at different times. It's also very far away to start with at the beginning of the day when you see it, in the middle of the day, and at the end of the day. So it's always far away when you're seeing it, so there's not as much of a relative change, right? Whereas if you're seeing like a boat 100 feet in front of you going out to miles, relatively that's a much bigger change in distance than what the sun is doing.
Hi guys.
Hey.
What's up,
Hello, Elijah.
Hi. Yeah, we'll stop. We're gonna stop Precious Metal Takeover then, and then Elijah can say something. So thank you everybody for joining us, and thank you to the moderators in advance for keeping their mics muted. That was appreciated, and thank you everybody for the great conversations that we had. Nathan, did you want to add anything?
Just a big thank you to everybody. It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed myself here. I love hanging out with you all, and I'll try to make it to the live stream more often, not just for Precious Metals, but for the ladies' nights as well, and just in general. I mean, I'm quite busy, but I do like hanging out here. Love you all, and thanks for joining us for Precious Metals.
Thank you.
Solid work, Nathan.
Likewise.
And the event.
Nice.
That'd be great.
Thank you,
Thanks everybody.
Redford
Okay.
and Nathan. Is
Thank
this better? My mic okay?
Yeah, you sound good now.
Check.
I think
Okay, good.
Elijah wanted to say something as well. So
Yeah, Eli, what's up?
Yes. Brilliant precious metals. Thank you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to say it does change. What gave you the idea that it didn't? And I mean throughout the day.